Hey everyone, it's Wondrous here and welcome back to another episode of Billionaire. I was just standing up here kind of AFKing a little bit while I was waiting for some starlight to move to melt down, and a blitz came out of nowhere and started to hit me, so I got a little bit of niter from him. But what I'm doing here is trying to make this next thing, and I don't think I'm going to be able to make it in the table where it is now. So let's take this. Hopefully nothing spawned up there, because that's where I want to go. Hopefully there's nothing up here. Fingers crossed. Yeah, look at that. Heaps better up here. Like that, and bucket in the middle. And I don't have my little wand on me, which is fantastic. Before I do go, can I... does that change our light level? No. Okay, cool. No changes? Excellent. Let's jump back down to home. And I need my wand. Broke the sword too, which is unfortunate. I think it's in here. For a second there I thought there was something in here with me. Grab our resonator at the same time, put some stuff away. That needs to go there. Okay, let's jump back up to our platform. Need this. So this is our next level of crafting table, which needs this platform that I've built. So it needs the sooty marble and the bricks and the arch and stuff around the outside. Oh, there we go. So it's now upgraded to the new one, and that should work as a full table. So that's the next one. I don't think I'm going to claim it because I think I've got to break this first. Pick that up so I can claim the crest reward. Yes. Marble. So if I do this now, this is very high starlight availability, which is good. I'm a long way up. I'm up at 135. I do need to break that dirt pillar that's underneath. I was hoping the vein miner would work properly, but it didn't. This enables us to get into Britannia, I think. What's that called? Whether or not it enables us to get into it, or whether or not it was just led into it. So these are all the normal recipes. Nothing's gated behind it, so I can just make a normal petal apothecary. But there's a few more things, obviously, that continue on this route with the astral sorcery stuff. Telescopes and other bits and pieces. No idea what some of this is. Magical tree farm. Well, that's interesting. I've already got a tree farm, but starlight infusion, celestial altar. So there's a few things we're going to need. Crafting a lens, and then we can start getting into star metal. Yeah, so astral. The star metal ingots comes from star metal ore, which is iron ore in front of a starlight transmutation. So it needs the lens. To make a lens, it's like this: ruined marble, wood, etc., etc. I still need to go and get some more of those shards. I keep forgetting there's a gorge over there. So let's see. I don't think I can jump from here. Not unless I was really... I know I can teleport down, but I mean, we can try it. Could be interesting. See how good my aim is. Ah. Wow, they're good boots. I should have died from that height. Guessing they used a lot of power to do that. Which means they probably need charging back up. Can't remember how I charged them. Is it in here? I think it was. Anyway, I've been working a bit just to come back out of the book for a minute. What's going on in here? Nothing major. Okay. I've been working a bit on my setup down here. Hopefully nothing's down here. I've managed to automate empowering seeds. So if you look in the crystallized canola seeds back here in the range collector. So what I was hoping to do for the rest of this episode was set up the actual infusing of the oil. Now, again, I did reference to, I think it was the Beyond series that I've done this before in, and this was a bit of a muck around way of doing it, and I'm a little, I kind of want to hide this some more, but it is what it is. Pretty much, the idea behind this is that the logic in here is telling this system that if there is less than 10 of these crystallized canola seeds in here, to disable the redstone signal that's currently stopping this. Because you can see there it says power 15. It's kind of hard. There it is. Power 15 on that connector. So there's a redstone signal on, stopping this timer from running. This is set to pulse. So when this redstone signal is off, this timer pulses and it causes this to drop canola seeds. The seeds are automatically pushed from the system. So it's, let's see here, where's the dropper? Here's the dropper. So it's input here, there's a redstone signal, so this number 5 channel is redstone. We're currently outputting, when white is on, we are outputting a signal of 15. Here, the sensor, the S, when there is greater than 10 of these in that system, in that range collector, turn the white signal on. So, and then you've got your timer, which is the other part of it. This, I think, this was something I was trying to do and it didn't quite work. So this one can probably be disabled. It's this one here we need. So output the redstone signal to the timer when the white's on. So I think this one needs to go. That's all right. I was trying to do it without the timer. I was trying to get this system to pulse, and it doesn't pulse. No, well, I haven't worked out how to get it to pulse. Tidying up back here, I'm going to get some facades. So that's just wool, paper, and glass, and we should be able to facade up the cables. So maybe even these ones back here, and turn it into. I like this reinforced brick. I think it looks nice. I still want to put glass in front of here, so there'll be a glass pane or maybe something over here, or I don't know. Again, still working on this. So let's look into the next bit, and that will be the ability to place fluids and to pick them back up. So we have a fluid placer, which requires an auto placer. So that's just a couple of basic coils. So I'm going to need some redstone. Let's get rid of that. Got no redstone out here. What a shock. I think I'm actually quite low on redstone. I need 8 of them. I'm going to need at least 2 of these. Not sure what I got out here. Do I have some? Nope. I've pre-prepared the 2 things we need here, and I do need a few more buckets, so I'm going to need some iron. I've only got aluminium. Let's cook them up, and I'll grab some more iron. Let's go with that. I think I need... I want to say I need 4 buckets. What else do I need? Okay. Let's get our Rustonia. Okay. 2 of these. I'm going to need some cobble. I think it's cobble. So that's the auto breaker. And this will be the auto placer. They need to be converted into fluid. Like so. Fluid collector and fluid placer. So the idea here, and I'm going to need another dropper actually. Dropper. So I need 2 more palis. Need some redstone. Need some gold. Okay. Let's just start with this. So the idea here is that we'll want to place the liquid, and then we'll want to pick up the liquid. And these will need to be, hopefully I've got what I need. I may not have ender block detector, maybe. What I'm hoping is that I can pulse these depending on what's here in this spot. Maybe this is something I'm going to need to have a bit of fun with. Because obviously in the previous pack that I was doing in, they had different mods. So, tank outlet, drain. I'm going to need to muck around a bit. But the idea is I want to detect what fluid's here. And depending on what fluid's here, or whether there's an absence of fluid, I need to pulse one of these two. And it will place the oil. And then it will drop one of the seeds in. And again, there'll be glass in front of here. And then once it's done, it will pick up the oil and shove it into these. So, a few more things I need to work out how to do. Let's look at getting a couple more blocks. So I'm going to need that dropper. So I need 2 redstone and 2 lapis and 4 redstone. And another one of them. Okay. Missed. That one there. Right. I'm going to need another redstone because I need a dropper. Should have the cobble. Okay, so dropper. I'm going to need that. One of them. Okay. And this will be the bit that drops the seed into the fluid. And obviously for this I'm going to need to put something here so that we don't lose it. But the idea being that we will get a bucket of this in there, drop one of these empowered seeds in, and it will convert into the other type of fluid. One of these guys. I think this is the right stuff, isn't it? Oil. So if I place this in here, it just picked it up. So this needs to be, they need to be set on pulse. And then, whoops, one of these seeds. If I get this and throw it in there, it turns into this red stuff. And this is the crystallized oil bucket. This is the stuff we're going to need to get things underway to make better power. So this will produce 400 RF tick in here. This is only, wow, turbine generator. Maybe I need to switch over to the turbine generator instead of using these oil generators, but we can do that. We can automate the system to pump into the turbine generator for all that matters. So give me a couple of moments. I'm going to go and put a cut in and try and work out what it is I need to automate the system, and I'll be right back. All right, I've spent probably about an hour setting this up. I've had to make a few changes. I've had to move the range collector all the way back around the corner there because it'll pick up things in a 6-block radius. So the problem I was having is I'm trying to set up this system here to drop the charged seeds up into the fluid, but every time it dropped it, it would the range collector would pick it up. So I've shoved it all the way around the corner there, pretty much put all the logic back together the way it was. I will block this all up and make it pretty again afterwards. This system here, obviously I've decided to use multiple setups here now. I'm using Steve's Factory Manager as well as the XNet. I'm hoping it's working. We're going to find out very shortly once this thing burns down to down and uses all the oil up. It is set to pull my crystallized oil out and place it into here. As I said, this is a pretty full-on setup that I've done here. I'm still trying to make sure I've done it right. I just want to check whether this works. We'll find out very shortly. A little bit left, 50 millibuckets. If this fills up with the red stuff, oh yeah, look at that. That's great. All right, so the way this is working. In this here, and if you haven't seen Steve's Factory Manager before, I'm sorry, I'll give you a rough rundown. We have a trigger condition, so the trigger is set to run every 10 seconds. Just fairly basic, it'll run every 10 seconds. And assuming that this condition, so in this case, we have a redstone receiver, assuming that it's not receiving, so we got false, it's not receiving a signal of 15, it will then pulse in turn. It'll pulse this one, then it'll pulse the dropper, and then it'll pulse the collector. Collector's still a bit funky here. It doesn't quite pick up when I expect it to. But yeah, it's not too bad. So pretty much what we've got back here, we've got the receiver. Now it's got a XNet connected to it, and over in the XNet system there is a thing that says basically if this has less than 4,000, then if it has more than 4,000 of this crystallized oil, then output redstone to that. So at the moment, I'll try and show you that. So the fluid is the blue, and the red is the sensor. So here's our sensor here, the fluid collector. If it's greater than 4,000 millibuckets, I'm pretty sure that's how I worked it out, output red. And then we scroll down a little bit, and on this redstone receiver, we've got red signal. So if it's getting a red signal, so it's over 4,000, it will output a red signal. So this, I guess we'll only know once it drops down far enough, and whether it picks up straight away. This bit here, so pretty much I've got XNet pulling the empowered or the crystallized seeds from the collector at the back and putting them into this. I've also got a bit of logic set up. So if you remember the previous 2 episodes ago, I think it was when I first started doing this, the dropper that's above the atomic reconstructor had a, where is it? This one was turned off with the timer, assuming that the range collector had more than 10. It would output white. What I've also added onto that, so basically if this gets a white signal, it will output 15 redstone. I've got this dropper also with a sensor, so if it's got more than 64, it will output white as well. So pretty much if that has more than 10 or this has more than 64, white will output, it won't drop. Otherwise this was just going nuts and it was just filling this up. You can see how many are in there. So I think, oh, here we go, 4,000. There we go, we're less than 4,000. Oh, it's just cycled. There you go. Very nice. This is the only one with crystallized oil in it because these ones aren't really burning. So I kind of want to get this to work. Yeah, that's the bottom one. What I should probably do is, this is the power, yellow is power. I don't want to turn the channel off, but I kind of want to turn this off for a moment just to get the other two to run. So maybe I'll just turn that off. So it will now no longer extract power from here, but it will extract power from these two. So as we get through, I'll let this one run, and once it finishes extracting from there, I mean we could probably prioritize this using this system and still have this as an extract, but make it priority 3. And this one is priority 1. Maybe that'll work. Nope. Maybe the higher priority number, the more it extracts from it. Let's try that. Let's go 10. I don't know which one that is either. No, it looks like it's still chewing out of this one. But this one's now producing 200 RF a tick, which is awesome. So I don't know how these priority things work. That's fine, we'll just leave that on 0. And I'm just going to disable you for the moment, at least till these other two run down. So yeah, that's it's a very convoluted system, don't get me wrong, but it's automating the empowering of the oil, and I guess we could potentially go further and have a second dropper here that would, you know, do the same. Oh no, the next one is empowering, so I would need to empower the seeds. Let's see, canola. The next one is the empowered, which means you need to run it through the empowerer, and then you drop that seed into the red stuff. So again, not too bad. We'd need to hook up an empowerer down here and get it set up so that it would automatically empower the seeds, and then same deal, set up another one of these doing the exact same thing. But obviously for the moment, oh, that's hardened stone. Spider out here somewhere. Where are you, buddy? Maybe I'll just go and have a nap. Yeah, so again, very much a you can see where I was testing here. I was trying all sorts of items. So just dropped into creative mode for a little bit, and well, creative item mode. Oh, it's all going on out here. But yeah, literally over an hour I've been trying just to get this thing to work, and I'm happy that it's now working. You go away, Blitz. Alright, so that done. Got some mana cake. Nice little system. I'm going to put all this other junk away because obviously, you know, we are finished with that for the moment. But yeah, that did take longer than I expected it to take, and I really didn't expect it to be as hard. The range collector sort of threw me for a curve. But yeah, I guess the next thing there would be make it all nice and neat and tidy. Yep, bit of that. And put all our walls and stuff back together, and then get some glass and, you know, like break this, put that down. So again, not ideal. I didn't expect to bury this back into the wall like this. But it's working. So I don't know whether to cover this up or whether to end up doing that. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. It's very dark now. Let me know your thoughts if that's, you know, maybe put a piece of glass here or something. Again, it's not ideal. It's not really what we set up, and it's feeling a little claustrophobic. So I make the room smaller. Hey, look at that. But yeah, I don't know. It's sort of growing on me. Again, you know, I don't know whether I'll go to the next level of empowering it. We'll just, yeah, we'll do that. I'll change the floor. Like so. Alright. And I can get some sort of cable covers or something here. I don't know. Again, I'm just sort of mucking around with this now. But that should be empty. It's now got the better oil in it. This one still has the bad oil, so let's turn this one off. Yep. Awesome. We'll get the third one switched out. And then we're doing, instead of 300 arithmetic, we've got 600 arithmetic. Alright, let me tidy up my inventory, get rid of some of this stuff that we've got going on in here. And I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so quickly just to wrap this episode up, I thought we would make the projector from immersive engineering, or immersive petroleum, I guess, in this case. So we're going to need a lantern, which is 2 iron plates, 2 glass panes, and glowstone. Now, I realised that I had, in all my testing earlier, trying to get that thing to work, I had cheated in a hammer, so I'll make a new one. And I'm kind of short on iron too, so I need 2 of them. I need some glass pane, so I've got some glass cooking up. Nice. Let's do that. Okay. 1 of them, please. And then, do I have everything I need? Yes, I do. So, 2 iron, that, some treated wood. And I made the treated wood by grabbing a bucket of creosote from our little charcoal setup down here. That should give us this task, which is going to give us the engineer's manual, which is fantastic. Makes things a lot easier, and if you do watch some of my other series, you'll see that I started using that for, I think it was a pump jack in Modular Mayhem series, I believe it was. So this is really cool. Next one is to make a blast furnace. So you can actually get the book, open up and say, I want to make, let's see, simple machines. Is it in here? I don't know if it's kind of classified as a simple machine. Pretty much, you just need to combine it. Why can I not see these things? Multi-block. No. That doesn't want to. Okay. Don't know why I need to scroll that. It shouldn't be in here. Improved blast furnaces there. Crude blast furnace. Okay, so you move along and you find the thing like this, and then you take the book, mix it with this, and it should give you the instructions for doing a crude blast furnace. So then you can place it down where you want it, and it'll help you build it, which is really cool. I do think that's a nice little addition. But in the meantime, I am at my wrapping up point, I believe. So I'm going to finish up here. Thank you all for watching. I hope you can understand what I did with the system downstairs. It is fairly involved, and as I said, it did take me a bit over an hour just to get this second part right. But I'm hoping this is all hooked up and working well. It's not ideal in terms of visually. It's pretty naff actually. I still need to fix up the floor and stuff, but it does the job, and it's automated, and I don't need to worry about it anymore. It's away, and we're getting 600 RF a tick for all our bits and pieces here, so we shouldn't need to worry about power for a little bit. So yeah, comments below, let me know your thoughts, hit the like button if you like the episode, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.